The future prospects for the Los Angeles Lakers took a major turn this week with the news that Mark Walter is purchasing the majority stake in the franchise. This will take control away from the Buss family, who have held it for nearly 50 years. While the Buss family did amazing work with the Lakers for a long time, it was clear over the last decade that they weren't running the team the way a modern NBA franchise should be run. A big reason for that was due to the fact that the Buss family doesn't have the money that other teams do. LeBron James' future is one of the big questions that now faces Walter, but according to ESPN's Dave McMenamin, this news won't actually factor into his decision-making. "I'm told that one person that this decision to sell the team has no bearing on his decision moving forward with the Lakers is LeBron James," McMenamin said on SportsCenter. He still has a decision at the end of the month to decide whether to opt in for next year's contract worth about $56 million or opt out and become a free agent. This decision by the Lakers to sell the team has no bearing on where LeBron is going to choose to go next year. And, again, we've been given no indication thus far that LeBron won't be a Laker next season. With Jeanie Buss staying on as team governor, there shouldn't be any huge changes in the day-to-day for the Lakers over the next season or two, which is likely how much longer James will be playing. James and Doncic excited? While James is an important player for the Lakers right now, Luka Doncic is the future of the franchise. He's 14 years younger than James and could feasibly be the face of the franchise for the next decade. Luckily, it sounds like he's happy about the ownership change, according to McMenamin. Speaking to people close to both Luka and LeBron James, there's excitement about this move for what it means for this team, McMenamin said. Doncic hasn't been with the team long enough to have any reason to dislike the Buss family, but it's easy to look at what Walter has done with the Los Angeles Dodgers and get excited about what he could do with the Lakers. Will Doncic sign an extension this offseason? Doncic is eligible for a contract extension this offseason, but there have been some questions about whether or not he'll commit to the Lakers long-term. Now that there's new ownership in place with deep pockets, it's hard to imagine he'd walk away now. Doncic never wanted to leave the Dallas Mavericks, and it's unlikely he wants to keep bouncing around the NBA. The Lakers should now have a clear vision of the future, which should appeal to a player like Doncic. The one thing about Walter is that he's proven he'll spare no expense when it comes to trying to build a winning sports team. The Lakers are arguably the biggest brand in sports, so when they win, it's a really big deal. The NBA offseason is only a few days away, and soon, chaos will commence. There have already been a handful of moves this offseason that have certainly sent ripples of effect across the league. Many teams and players will be at the forefront of the offseason, but none may be bigger than the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers already made waves by selling their team to Mark Walter for $10 billion and possibly more. Now they're set to make massive moves to their roster to bolster it. That's priority number one for the Lakers, and there's a chance that their top guard, Austin Reaves, could be on his way out in order to bolster other needs on the roster. Reaves is a potential trade candidate for the Lakers, depending on what Los Angeles receives in return. As for this massive trade proposal by Zach Buckley of Bleacher Report, he has the Lakers trading Reaves to the Detroit Pistons in exchange for a top-notch center they desperately need. Detroit Pistons receive Austin Reaves. Los Angeles Lakers receive Jalen Duren, Simone Fontecchio, and the number 37 pick. Could they see Reaves as the missing piece of their offensive puzzle? They have to at least consider it. Other than Cunningham, they didn't have anyone average even 16 points in their first-round loss to the New York Knicks. Reaves, who's had a tendency to slow down in the postseason, has averaged better than 16 points in all three of his career playoff trips. Reaves is a good enough shooter to share the floor with Cunningham and a clever enough creator to keep the offense moving without him. The fact Reaves is a plus shooter from distance should look especially appealing to Detroit, since there are non-shooters in its young core, Ausar Thompson, Ronald Holland II, and net shredders among its free agents, Malik Beasley, Tim Hardaway Jr. Only the Lakers know whether Duren qualifies as the impact big thereafter, but they did give him a look before the deadline. With his bounce and underrated vision, he could be a dream pick-and-roll partner with LA's creators. Fontecchio struggled this past season, but he was a dead-eye shooter in 2023-24, 134 threes at a 40.1% clip. The Lakers may lose their top-scoring guard in this scenario, but they gain a dominant presence like Jalen Duren to man the middle and provide the big man they lacked in the second half of the season. Duren is a reliable and physical center. He's also only 21 years old for the up-and-coming Pistons squad. He is coming off a stellar season for Detroit, averaging 11.8 points, 10.3 rebounds, and 1.1 blocks, which is a career high, in 78 games. The potential loss of Reeves would undoubtedly hurt the Lakers' offense, but adding a big like Duren and the Pistons receiving an offensive threat like Reeves would do wonders for their title hopes. Our understanding of a blockbuster deal proposal is finally taking shape. The Los Angeles Lakers potentially landing Derek White from Boston, with the Celtics receiving Rui Hachimura, promising youngster Dalton Knecht, and a 2031 first-round pick in return. White, with 2 all-defensive second-team selections and a pivotal role in Boston's title charge since his acquisition, is emerging as the centerpiece, but this trade isn't a one-sided affair. The Lakers need immediate shooting and perimeter defense around LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves, while the Celtics need to shed salary, so this deal provides each team with what they need. Specifically, for LA, it's a defensive upgrade in the backcourt and a clutch creator. For Boston, it's a savvy pivot toward youth and future flexibility. The inclusion of White is the key signal. This would be more than a shakeup. It'd be a statement of intent from 2 rivals coming together for an interesting trade proposal. Los Angeles Lakers create the best starting lineup in the Western Conference. By acquiring Derek White, the Lakers would vault their backcourt defense into elite territory. In 2024-25, White averaged 1.1 blocks and 0.9 steals per game, showcasing his two-way prowess. His physicality and length make him a perfect fit with LeBron and Luka's offense, offering reliable off-ball screening, switchability, and the ability to guard multiple positions. White's 16.4 PPG on 38.4% from 3, coupled with 4.8 APG, offers the Lakers a proven secondary creator. His elevated march, where he logged consecutive 35-plus point games and earned Eastern Player of the Month honors, signals his ability to carry offensive weight when necessary. White's postseason resume includes averaging over 20 minutes with a consistent defensive impact. He's been a key piece in Boston's deep playoff runs, bringing championship-tested toughness. With LeBron aging into later playoff years, pairing him with a guard like White, who's accustomed to ferocious playoff intensity, could tip the scales in grueling Western Conference battles. Boston Celtics shed salary, add 2 new pieces, and a first-round pick. Boston offloads White's upcoming 4-year, $89 million extension starting in July and his cap hit, creating room to pursue marquee free agents or plug depth spots. Gaining 2 younger assets and a 2031 first-round pick gives the Celtics longer-term flexibility and reduces future financial commitments, allowing coach Joe Mazzulla to recalibrate roster construction. Hachimura offers Boston a 6 feet 8 inches wing who shot 41.3% from deep on 50.9% overall in 59 games with the Lakers. Over his career, he averages 10.7 PPG, 5.8 RPG, and 1.7 APG in 11 games versus the Celtics, so familiarity with Boston's rotation systems is already there. His polished mid-range game, floor spacing, and rebounding help fill gaps left by White. A youngster with immediate upside, Knecht has already flashed scoring potential, including a 37-point outing early into his career. His inclusion grants Boston a youthful swingman on a cost-controlled rookie deal. The additional 2031 first-round selection allows the Celtics to package picks for deadline moves or use it as a standalone value, transforming this trade into a long-distance rebuild-looking tweak. An interesting trade proposal that gives each rival what they need. LA clearly pushes all chips to the center by giving up a starter-caliber forward, Hachimura, a young player, Knecht, and a future first. But Derek White's combo guard skills, elite defense, reliable shooting, and finishing fill a glaring roster hole. With him on board alongside LeBron, Luka, and Reeves, LA would arguably field the most complete starting lineup in the West. Meanwhile, Boston smartly pivots on purpose, moving out a high-priced guard for a younger forward, a promising rookie, and future assets. They create payoff potential if Hakamura reemerges, Connect develops quickly, and they wield the 2031 pick as they see fit. This turns White's departure into a clear strategic forward move without surrendering competitiveness. Both sides receive exactly what they covet. Lakers get immediate championship components. Celtics gain flexibility to chase an even higher ceiling or retool without panic. Ideally, it's a textbook trade, balancing present goals with future flexibility in terms of cap space and roster development.